Hello Year 3, it's Miss Cartwright here. Happy Friday, I hope you're all okay and you've got the Friday feeling today. Right, we are going to continue with our stories today. I was absolutely amazed at the starts of your stories from yesterday. I cannot wait to read them today. So you are going to need to write the date and allo in your books again. So Friday the 29th of January. And the learning objective is to create suspense, brackets, adventure story. So write those in your very neatest handwriting, and if you've got a ruler, underline them, just like we would set it out at school. So you can pause the video now, and then we'll get going. Right, then again, you are going to need to have out your plan. I've just ticked off the things that I used yesterday, so I've done the opening now. I used the words bizarre, I've used out the corner of my eye. I've ticked off a couple of these adjectives that I used yesterday in my writing. Today we are going to be focusing on the journey, okay, the journey. So you're going to need your plan out. Let's have a look at our success criteria from yesterday then, just have a quick recap. Conjunctions, but because I saw a lot of you using all three actually yesterday in your writing, that was really good. Strong adjectives, verbs, adverbs. Didn't really use adverbs in my writing yesterday. Need to make a note to use them today. Show not tells. Definitely need to use those today. I didn't use any in my writing yesterday, so we are going to use show not tells today. And we are going to create more suspense. And then our non-negotiables, capital letters and full stops. We always must have those in our writing. Right then, so how are we going to create suspense? So I've got this word mat on the board for you. So once we get going, you might want to rewind the video and just pause on this screen so you can have a good read through these words and phrases. Using these in your writing will create that air of mystery, that suspense that we want in our writing so that the reader wants to read on. We want them to want to find out what happens next. Okay? So, adverbs of manner. So these are ways in which you can start your sentences. They tell us how something is done, the manner in which they are done. We've used adverbs of time quite a bit in our writing before, haven't we? We've used first, next, after that, finally. They are adverbs of time. We've used adverbs of place in our setting descriptions of Pompeii. Can you remember that? We used down by the docks, above the clouds, in the busy street. But today we're using adverbs of manner to start our sentences, how something is done. Okay? So, you might have courageously. Miss Myerscough leapt into the tunnel, and the courageously would end with a comma. Okay? That is one example. Let's have a think how we could start the next part of our story then. So last time I left it as Miss Cartwright saw something bizarre out of the corner of her eye. I am going to choose to use curiously to start my next paragraph. Let's have a look then. So I've gone for curiously and I have got my comma after my adverb of manner. Now what exactly happens? The women, they start walking towards the school, don't they? I'm not going to tell the reader about the tunnel just yet. I'm going to keep them wanting to read more for a little bit longer. Curiously, the women walked closer to the school. That is what happens next. But I think I can improve that even further. So instead of the women walked, how do they move towards the school? Well, they edge closer and closer, don't they? So I think I prefer that. The women edged closer and closer to the school. How could I describe the school though? I don't think I want to describe it as a school. I think I'm going to change it to building. I'm going to make it sound quite a bit more spooky. I'm going to call it a derelict building, an empty derelict building. Let's have a look. So we've got, curiously, the women edged closer and closer towards the derelict building. What do they see on the derelict building then? The cracks in the walls got bigger and there was a tunnel. That is what happens, isn't it? But I'm not too sure about the phrasing. What's a better? Got bigger. The walls got bigger. The cracks in the walls got bigger. I think the cracks expanded. That would be a better verb, wouldn't it? And that there was a tunnel. It just was there. I think it revealed a tunnel would be. The cracks in the walls expanded and revealed a tunnel. So, do the walls expand slowly, quickly? How do they expand? Can you think of an adverb? I think they expand quite rapidly. So the cracks in the walls expanded rapidly and revealed a tunnel. I think we can do better than a tunnel. I think we could take some adjectives from our plan and up-level that. So I am going to change that into a gloomy, endless, and instead of tunnel, I'm going to call it a passageway. Let's have a look. So the cracks in the walls expanded rapidly and revealed an endless, gloomy passageway. Lovely. So that is a lot better, isn't it? Now then, let's describe this tunnel in more detail. Wow, that doesn't look like a place that I want to go. So, have a look at your plans. How did you describe this tunnel? What can you see? Well, I think the floor is covered with water. The brick walls, in my mind, have got cobwebs all over them. It's really dusty. So let's have a look at how we could put that into a sentence. So its brick walls were lined with cobwebs. How could we describe the cobwebs? So yeah, its brick walls were lined with thick, dusty cobwebs. So I've described the cobwebs. I want some more information now. I want to create a compound sentence. So what conjunction could I use here? I could use and, couldn't I? I could put an and in there. And could I say its floor was flooded with water? How could I describe that water? It's not clear blue water, is it? It's quite murky water. It's not very deep. It's quite shallow. So shallow, murky water. Let's have a look then. So, its brick walls were lined with thick, dusty cobwebs, and the floor was flooded with shallow, murky water. Wow, it's not a place I want to go. Let's have a think then. Let's think back to our success criteria. What else do we need to include? We haven't included show not tells yet, have we? So let's go to Miss Cartwright. She is the scaredy cat, isn't she, in this scenario? So how is Miss Cartwright feeling? So I'm going to go back to my plan. And on my plan, I put that her heart was racing and she had her fists clenched. So let's have a look. So Miss Cartwright, she clenched her fists, she was so scared, and her heart beat fast. So how does she clench her fists? She clenched them really tightly, and her heart beat fast. Her heart beat, let's think of a different adverb to fast. It might beat wildly, it's out of control, her heart. She is so scared. Yep, so we have got Miss Cartwright clenched her fist tightly and her heart raced wildly. Okay, so let's have a think of what is going to happen next. We could go back to the adverbs of manner sheet because Miss Myerscough, she's going to go into the tunnel now, isn't she? So let's think of an adverb of manner. How does Miss Myerscough enter the tunnel? Without warning. Okay, no one knows she's going to do it apart from herself, but without warning. Without warning, Miss Myerscough jumped in the tunnel. Okay, so that is what happens, but I think we can improve that. We can create more suspense in that, can't we, boys and girls? So, I think I want to change the Miss Myerscough part. I want to describe her. So I think, without warning, her friend jumped into the tunnel. Maybe her fearless friend jumped into the tunnel. Without warning, her fearless friend jumped in the tunnel. So I think I want to change the jumped part. How did she enter the tunnel? Well, I think we could have she leapt into the tunnel. She entered the tunnel. We could improve jumped, couldn't we? And then I'm going to add an adverb into that as well. So she leapt. How did she leap fearfully? No, she leapt quite confidently, didn't she? Without warning, her fearless friend confidently leapt in the tunnel. Okay, I really like that. I just don't like this ending part really. Leapt in the tunnel. I think we can up level that. She leapt into the... How can we describe that? We don't want to say where she's going. She leapt into the unknown maybe. I like that. She leapt into the unknown. Let's have a look. We've now got them. Without warning, her fearless friend confidently leapt into the unknown. Wow, so that is my second paragraph. I have created more suspense and she is about to go into the tunnel. Let's read it from the top then. Curiously, the woman edged closer and closer towards the derelict building. The cracks in the walls expanded rapidly and revealed an endless, gloomy passageway. Its brick walls were lined with thick, dusty cobwebs, and the floor was flooded with shallow, murky water. Miss Cartwright clenched her fists tightly, and her heart raced wildly. Without warning, her fearless friend confidently leapt into the unknown. Wow. Let's have a look at what features I have used then for my success criteria in my paragraph. I have got my adverbs of manner, curiously, without warning. I've used strong verbs throughout. We up-leveled a lot together, didn't we, in this lesson? So we've got edged, expanded, revealed, raced, clenched. We've got strong verbs. Powerful adjectives to describe this place. Shallow, murky, gloomy, derelict, endless. We use lots of powerful adjectives in our writing. Conjunctions. We use and in this paragraph, haven't we? And then show not tells. We are going to show the reader how the character feels. We're not going to tell them, we're going to show them. So Miss Cartwright, her fists are clenched tightly and her heart is racing. Okay, so you can pause the video now and write your second paragraph. I can't wait to read these. I really can't, boys and girls. So pause the video now. Chapter 1 done then. Chapter 1, you have finished. Tick that off, well done. You have written 2 quality paragraphs and we are going to draw a line under it there. I think quality over quantity, but if you do have the burning desire to carry on with your story, do feel free to do that. But we are going to move on to a different writing topic next week. But you have written some real quality pieces of writing this week. Well done, boys and girls.